the big break came in where one of the architects were designing a hotel in Mission Bay called the Islandia. It had a kind of a Polynesian theme to it, but it had the use of a lot of pine, black pines, use of a lot of boulders. I mean, it was almost semi-Asian looking, but it was a great hotel. It was all wood, and what happened was the people who were building SeaWorld wanted to have a hotel to stay in. This was right across the street from there where the site was. So they all stayed at the Islandia and they saw the landscaping that occurred all around this hotel. And she said they found out who did the landscaping here. We want to talk to them. Yeah, I mean, that was like, man, that was it. We got over to Mr. George Millay, the young guy that was starting the whole thing. And he said, I love what you did over there. But he said, I want SeaWorld to be a botanical garden. I would like to get as many different kinds of materials. I want to teach young kids, children that come to SeaWorld, not only the sea animals, but I want them to have a botanical knowledge of everything that you planted within a certain area with name tags and everything. So your assignment is going to be, first of all, you go out and find as many big trees as we could. See, in those days, we could still bring those larger trees in on these semis. George Millay, who was the head guy, endorsed almost everything that we came up with. And in fact, we ran into Garrett Ekbo the very first time in the private section because he wrote the landscape documents for all of Mission Bay. Any hotel that went, or any commercial that went in the whole Mission Bay had to be abided by Ekbo's plant list. On that list was palm trees. Not my favorite tree, but 20% of the trees had to be palm trees. Well, at SeaWorld, it's not too bad because we could put them all around the killer whales complex there and just put them in at angles and in clumps instead of singles. And but when it got to the Japanese garden of SeaWorld, Professor Kubo came over from Japan. We got a really good chance to work with him on that Japanese garden. He said, palm tree? No, we know why palm tree on the diver exhibit. You know, it's a beautiful. They had the building built in Japan, all taken apart, all marked and shipped. And we had a chance to meet Garrett Ekbo because we took our plan up. Kubo's plan, actually, Professor Kubo's landscape. He was teaching at Osaka University, so he had a plan for SeaWorld for the Murata Pearl, and it was a beautiful plan. And we had a private meeting with him, and we brought the landscape plan. And I said, Garrett, Mr. Kubo is concerned that we have to use 20% of the trees, palm trees, in the Japanese garden. I said, we could use a certain amount of sagos maybe and things, but we don't want these Washingtonias and, whatever else, date palms. And Garrett looked at it, he says, you don't even have to unroll that. The answer is you can do whatever you want. He says, I know you'll do a good job.